Everybody, let's go.
So then we moved here from Texas, and how was that?
You're a good talker.
Oh my god. Am I talking too much?
No, not at all.
Well, besides leading tables, it's what I do best. Kind of have to think about it.
How many people do you really get to know? Customers, I mean.
That was many interesting things. I find it amazing that you can care so much about somebody that you didn't even know the day before. You know, like Eddie, the truck driver, he used to drive for 18 hours straight, and he would stop in just for a cup of coffee and a slice of apple pie. He got rerouted though, so he stopped coming in. And then there was Darcy. Her real name was Barbara, but she was absolutely obsessed with the Wizard of Oz, so I refused to call her anything else. Last I heard, she moved to Dodge City. But to be honest, some people just aren't really that interesting. Not to speak badly of anyone, it's just, well, it kind of really makes you appreciate the ones that you never really care about if you didn't see again, you know. It kind of makes you appreciate the ones that can we start that again?
Yes.
That's okay. You care about the ones that you don't give a shit about. Wait, that's not right.
You just pick it up.
I just find it amazing that you can care about somebody so much that you didn't even know the day before. Like Eddie, the truck driver, he used to drive for 18 hours straight, and he would just stop in for a cup of coffee and a slice of apple pie. He got rerouted though, so he stopped coming in. But then there was Dorothy. Her real name was Barbara, but she was just obsessed with the Wizard of Oz, so I refused to call her anything else. Last I heard, she moved to Dodge City. But to be honest, you know, some people just, they're really not that interesting. I mean, there could be 20 people in there, and I would still have no one to talk to. And not to speak badly of anyone, but, you know, it really makes you appreciate the ones that actually have something to say. Oh. And then there was Helen. Helen was perfect. She was from Venus. The first time she walked in, I nearly dropped my tray. I mean, never mind the fact that it was only like my first day, but that's beside the point. She had this fire engine red hair and matching lipstick, and wore this like sequin beaded top with these skin tight leopard spandex pants, and she had on these 6-inch heels, believe. Even with those on, she was still only like 5 foot nothing. And if you can believe it, she was 67 years old.
What?
So of course she gets seated at my table. And just looking at her, I'm absolutely terrified. She was one of those train wrecks that you know you're going to meet one day in your life, and, well, train wreck isn't really the best word, but anyway, I go up to her, and before I even get a word out, she says to me, "Look what this incompetent psych of a hairdresser did to me." I was speechless. But then I started laughing, and she asked me what the cheapest thing on the menu was, and I told her it looked like special. It was pretty good. Do you know what that is? Yeah, of course she did. So she ordered it, and she told me it was the best meal she ever had. That was it. I had to know this woman. When the shift was over, she was still there, probably on her 6th cup of coffee, and our coffee is terrible, mind you.
It's not that bad.
A horrible liar. She told me about her husband, Bill, who she described as a lazy son of a bitch who, if he were any more relaxed, would be dead. She told me about when he'd taken her to Mexico as a surprise, which, you know, you can imagine she had some choice words about.
She didn't like Mexico?
Oh no, it wasn't that. She's more of a Paris Venice kind of a girl, not really the Cancun type, if you can believe it. From the last night of the trip, he pulled out all the stuff. The fancy dress, the music, she beautiful restaurant, candlelit dinner, the band playing their song, which she told me she didn't even know that they had. She never really struck me as a romantic type, even though all the stories she told. But she absolutely ate it up, adored every second of it. She said she fell in love with him threefold after that dinner. Forget the cliche of it all, she said. Cliches are often cliches because they're the perfect thing to do. And then comes the proposal. At the crescendo of the song, he circles around the table, gets down on one knee, looks her right in the eye, she starts crying. He reaches in, grabs a box, opens it, and then she says, after looking at the ring, "What am I, graduating high school? I couldn't pawn that for a toilet handle, for Christ's sake."
That's horrible.
That's Helen. But that's what made her so perfect. Somehow her complete lack of charm was this charm in and of itself.
What did her husband say?
He said, "That's all you deserve." And they smiled, they kissed, and were married 2 weeks later. Anyway, she came in every Thursday after the salon for 3 months, and she ordered the exact same meal, the blue plate special.
And after those 3 months?
On Thursday, she didn't come in and never came in after.
We're here?
And you're a good listener.